All right, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The next training principle that kind of is in line is the stimulus recovery adaptation, and it's a curve. So when you first have an exercise bout, let's say 5x5 on bench press, well, you've broken your muscle down, you've tired out your nervous system, and you're driving down your adaptation kind of into a trough. And then within the next 48 hours, your body climbs its way back out, hopefully into what's called a super compensation or an overcompensation that's above the line that you started at, or above the state that you started at. So that's why we think on bench press, International Bench Press Day on Monday, if you did 225 for a set of 5, well, next week I'm going to do 230 pounds. It's not always how it works, but it's kind of the idea. Is you should be able to gradually increase that stimulus and take advantage of that overcompensation that happens. However, training should become easier at some points, and that's where cycling your type of stimulus and the amount of intensity and volume, those variables that we've talked about, is key. Those are all kind of keys on the keyboard that you can play to modulate that. Now, also when you get into higher stimulus activities like deadlifts and heavy squats and things like that, where they're barbell movements that are pretty intense and require a lot of body activation, you're going to have a lot of stimulus, but also it's going to require more recovery than just a barbell curl for your biceps, which is a small muscle group and doesn't require as much recovery. So that trough that you dig with a bicep curl is not on the same plane as something like a heavy deadlift workout or heavy squat workout, or heavy sled pulls or things like that, so that are really stimulating. Not to say that we're here to stimulate, but as Ronnie Coleman says, we're not here to annihilate. We're here to stimulate, not annihilate. So keep that in mind. SRA, Stimulus Recovery Adaptation. The adaptation is what we're after, so you have to be able to rest a little bit at the end, at least 48, and I have trouble with that. God knows I do. Peace out.